Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. The two episodes from the 1960 show we're going over are The Clock King's Crazy Crimes, try saying that 5 times fast, and The Clock King Gets Crowned. So, obviously, the villain of the week is Clock King, and so it starts off, he's at this, there's these people at this art show, and this woman and like the curator, I guess, are looking at this new fancy clock, and she's like, "Oh, how much is it?" And he's like, "Oh, it's not for sale. I just bought it yesterday. It's a very beautiful thing." And then they get real close, and you see in like a different layer, the Clock King's looking at him because he has a secret camera installed. And he's like, "All right, no," and out shoots some gas, and then he looks at the time and it's like, "Oh, my second hand," which I really think that's funny that he refers to his henchmen as his second hands. So they go in, they steal everybody's jewels and whatnot. Or what? No. This was the art things later on. This one is a jewelry store, which they steal a whole bunch of jewels and whatnot. Um, so obviously the call goes to Chief O'Hara and Commissioner Gordon, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're gonna pass that along." Batman and Robin. Uh, and yeah, that's where the credits begin. I will say, Clock King just looks so stupid. Like he has not one, not two, but three wristwatches on at once. He's got a ring that's got a clock on it. He's like wearing a robe, and it's got a clock on his like pocket. There's probably a hundred other things I'm forgetting, but I mean, they really went ham with like the clock aesthetic. It's just so silly and dumb, and I love it. Um, but so Batman and Robin, they just skip straight to the commissioner and Gordon, and to they go to talk to the guy that bought the clock, and then they go to the place where the clock was sold, and that didn't lead anywhere. So Batman's like, I don't know, let's go to this one burger joint that this one chick works at that's like infatuated with Clock King. So they go there, and she's not there because she's obviously with the Clock King. Because obviously, every single, if you're a villain in Gotham City, you're almost guaranteed to have a woman fawn over you. I mean, it's like you it's par for the course. Like I think when you sign up to be a villain, you just get like a free VIP package that includes just a woman. um, so they get there and they're like, "Well, I'm hungry, so let's get a bite to eat." And they have bat burgers because it's like dedicated to them. And during all this time, there's an art exhibit going on, and Clock King disguised as like this artist, and all his henchmen come in, and he's like, "Bah, everything is terrible art. This you would know art if he hit you in the face with the lead pipe, yada yada." And he's like showing off his art, and it's obviously clock themed art. It's like called it's like the passage of time or something. It doesn't really matter. And so he starts his art project, and it's kind of funny. It like lets out this super loud siren sound because they put it against the wall, and it like injects a saw that is cutting a hole in it, but like it's a huge project. Like it's a huge project. So they so imagine like this is the wall to get to the other art, like the really valuable art. This is pretty much like the extent of like the project, and then the saw is like a tiny little thing. So I mean nobody can see it, and they can't hear it because the machine's letting off a siren. It's very elaborate, but it is smart though. So when the hole was finally cut, um, like the it lets out like the screeching supersonic sound, and everybody passes out except for Clock King and his henchmen. And during this time, this is also being recorded on live TV. And Batman and Robin, they deduce, "Oh crap, that's the Clock King. We gotta go get him." So the Clock King, he gets into the where all the valuable stuff is at, and he goes for I believe it's a painting called the Persistence of Memory. It's like a really famous painting. I'm almost guaranteed this one's a fake. So Batman and Robin show up just about they're about to steal it. They win the fight, like Batman and Robin do, and Clock King's like, "All right, let me just get everything all sorted," and he like, unbeknownst to them, purposely drops a wristwatch, and then he gives up. Or wait, no. He activates his springs in like his like art project, and I'm just like, why didn't you do that in the first place? I feel like you just let your henchmen get their asses kicked for nothing. So all these springs wrap around Batman and Robin. They all escape with the painting, which the painting's not addressed anymore in the episode. So just get that out of your head. Even though it's like this wonderful, priceless art project, and like that's not even the big score of this of this endeavor, which I find funny. So Batman and Robin, they go to the Batcave because they found the watch, and they're like, oh, maybe we can find a clue to where he's at, and they do. But that leads to a trap because obviously he left on purpose because he knew they were going to find him. And then they put Batman and Robin in like this giant hourglass. And once again, props to the prop department. Anytime I see a gigantic thing, I always love it just because it's so silly but simple. And I like when villains they incorporate like their themes to the death trap. Like Catwoman tried to kill Batman with a tiger and stuff like that. So he's off to do whatever. Some his alarm went off, so he has to not watch them perish. You know, the two greatest threats that'll keep him from stopping his plan. They're like, it's fine. Even though they've escaped hundreds of other traps, mine in particular, is going to work. So that's the end of that episode because it's like, will Batman and Robin get buried by sand? Probably not, because that would be a boring next episode. Tune in. So they break out by like not like swinging back and forth and knocking the glass over, and then they like as it's sideways they like kind of hamster crawl into the street and then get hit by a truck that breaks it. Um, and then Aunt Harriet, she comes in. She's like, "Hey, Commissioner Gordon, Chief O'Hara, we're having a birthday party for Bruce tonight," which is really neat because it's his birthday. It is sad. I'll get to why it's sad later. So she invites him to a surprise birthday party, or both of them, um, and for a birthday gift, Aunt Harriet got this like crazy looking clock that's real, or that's like really rare, because Clock King he gave it to somebody that he figured Aunt Harriet would buy it from. I'm just like that was a bit lucky. So he's spying on her, and because Bruce Wayne he has like this valuable collection of antique wristwatches that he has. So he's like, all right, well, anytime they press the button on the clock, the smoke gas will go off. And then one of the henchmen is like, boss, like really scared and corny and whatnot. I think I got the buttons mixed up. Yeah, so one is a button for knockout gas, and one it's like some kind of nuclear, radioactive, like emitter, or whatever. Like really important thing. It's just a science buzzwords, in all honesty. And he's like, no shot. That was literally the most important piece to my puzzle, and you put it in the wrong clock. He's like, yeah, oopsie. So they have to go to Wayne Manor real quick to switch out the buttons. They get there, they knock out Robin, they knock out Alfred, and this is when Batman and Robin are right in the Batcave, like right under him. So Aunt Harriet, she discovers them and she lets out a scream, and that wakes Alfred up from, I guess, his concussion. And he presses a button on his belt to be like, "Hey, Master Wayne, Master Dick, I'm in trouble. Get up here." So Bruce and Dick, in their like regular outfits, that not in their Batman and Robin outfits, they come out and they fight Clock King and his henchmen real quick so they can let Aunt Harriet go because they were going to take her hostage. Huge mistake on their part. You don't ever take Aunt Harriet or Robin or Alfred. It's not going to go your way. I will say, Aunt Harriet is really growing on me. She really annoyed me in like the first season, but she's just this sweet old lady, and like she's nothing but positivity. I guess it's just the new season, but yeah, she's doing really good for season two, and I like her a lot. So I'm just like, don't harm this sweet old lady. She doesn't mean any harm. So they escape. They leave Bruce's watches, and they're like, it's really weird they took that random clock instead of these priceless wristwatches. And they're like, yeah, there's something fishy with that. Well, he did say something about meeting a Mr. Smith, and they got to talking, and like, oh, they meant blacksmith. Oh, they meant the clock that has a blacksmith on it. Um, so they figured he's gonna strike next, which he does at this one clock in Gotham City that it has like it's this huge. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a clock with like a circular base and then three statues around it, and one of them's a blacksmith who like on the hour like hammers something down how many ever times. So his plan was at 5 o'clock. Uh, when it when the thing goes hammer, it's gonna hammer his like radioactive beam ray or whatever to hit a roof that's, I guess it's gonna have like guards on it because it's gonna be delivered via helicopter with like some kind of like space clock. I forget the name of it. It's not that important because you don't see it or anything. Because before they can even do the plan, Batman and Robin show up and they kick butt and save the day and yada yada. The end. So this episode, it started pretty strong, like the first episode did, but it just kind of, I don't want to say it gave up, but it just wasn't as strong as the second one. Like I really would have liked to see like the space clock or whatever. Like I would have liked to see like more of that plan. Um, I mean I guess it kind of all did go to crap because of one person's mistake, so that makes sense. But I don't know. If I were to rate the two episodes from a 1 to a 7, I think I'd give it probably a 4, just right down the middle. Uh, I don't know. It's just I wasn't. I was hoping to be more wowed, but I guess there's really so much you can do with like clock related crime for it to be a thing. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Burr.